There is a moment in every man's life when he realizes the world is not going to hand him respect because he is a good person. You are not owed dignity. You are not guaranteed honor. And some people around you are not confused about you. They are testing you. They are watching what you tolerate. Disrespect is rarely accidental. It is usually a probe, a boundary check, a quiet question. Can I talk to him like this? Can I do this to him and still keep access? Can I get a reaction and feel powerful? Most men fail because they treat disrespect like a conversation. It is not a conversation. It is a position being taken. Today, you get 7 weapons to handle it without begging, without lecturing, and without turning into an emotional mess. And one rule before we start: do not take this as entertainment. If you recognize yourself, good. That means you are close. If you recognize someone else, even better. That means you finally see. By the end, I want you to comment one sentence. This is me. I already do it. Or if you do not, comment. Starting today. Let's begin. Method 1. The freeze. When someone disrespects you, your body wants to react. You want to defend yourself. You want to clap back. You want to show you are not weak. That instinct is exactly why disrespect works on most men. Because disrespect feeds on reaction. If you explode, they win twice. First, they got emotional control over you. Second, they can label you as unstable and make you look small. If you over-explain, they win again. Because now you are pleading for understanding from someone who already decided to disrespect you. So your first weapon is the freeze. 2 seconds. No smile, no anger, no performance. Then one calm sentence slow. Don't speak to me like that. Then silence again. This is not passive. This is dominance without drama. Most people are addicted to noise. They believe strength is volume. Real power is when you can stand there and make the other person feel the weight of what they just did. If they try to laugh it off, relax, it's a joke. You say, I'm not joking. Then you return to normal like nothing happened. That last part is the flex, because you did not start a fight. You issued a correction. If you already do this, you know the effect. They start stumbling. They start explaining themselves. They start trying to repair what they broke, because your silence becomes a mirror, and they do not like what they see. Method 2. Remove access. Here is a law most men learn too late. People disrespect what they can access easily. If someone disrespects you and you keep giving them your presence, your time, your loyalty, you just taught them something. You taught them that disrespect is cheap. Your presence is not a right. It is a privilege. Remove access means one thing. Stop rewarding the behavior with closeness. This is where I want to be crystal clear, because you mentioned the line, punish the behavior, not the person. This does not mean you play games. This does not mean you do petty silent treatment to bait them. This means you enforce standards. They can fix the behavior, but they cannot demand access. Example: a friend talks down to you in front of others. Later they message you like nothing happened. Weak move. A paragraph. A debate. A therapy session. Strong move, short and clean, not interested, or not tonight, then nothing. At work, it looks like this. You become polite, professional, and distant. No extra warmth. No extra favors. No extra availability. The disrespectful person wants you emotionally involved. They want the bond to stay while they keep stepping on you. When you remove access, you flip the math. They learn. One wrong move costs something. And everyone watching learns it too. Method 3. Do not negotiate your standard. This is where men collapse. They set a boundary, then someone challenges it, and suddenly they start negotiating their own standard. That is like building a wall and then arguing with someone about whether the wall is real. A standard is not a topic. A standard is a wall. So when they push back, You're too sensitive. You can't take a joke. Why are you acting like that? You do not explain. You use one of these. I said what I said. That's not acceptable. No. Then stop talking. If they keep pushing, you do not escalate with more words. You escalate with action. Leave the conversation. End the call. Stop showing up. Because the real boundary is not what you say. It is what you enforce. If you already do this, you know the result. People stop testing you because they learn you are not a flexible target. Method 4. Elevation. Here's the most embarrassing truth. Some people disrespect you because you are still close enough for them to touch. They have access to your attention. They have access to your emotions. They have access to your time. Your fourth weapon is elevation. The best revenge is not a speech. It is becoming so high value that their disrespect becomes irrelevant background noise. Disrespect is often envy wearing a cheap mask. They cannot build, so they criticize. They cannot lead, so they provoke. They cannot compete, so they distract. If you spend a week replaying their disrespect, they stole something priceless, your focus. So you take that energy and convert it into results. Gym, skill, money, status, presence, health, your mission. While they are talking, you are building. Here is why this hits so hard. Because when you elevate, you stop needing the room. And when you stop needing the room starts respecting you. If you already live like this, comment it. Because the men who do this rarely brag about it, they just quietly win. Method 5. Let them hang themselves. When someone disrespects you, your ego wants immediate justice. Expose them. Embarrass them. Strike back. That is emotional, not strategic. Most disrespectful people share one weakness. They are undisciplined. They cannot stop. If you stay clean and calm, time exposes them. They will disrespect someone else. They will escalate. They will build a reputation without you lifting a finger. Your job is not to become their enemy. Your job is to become the silent witness. Sometimes you can accelerate this by creating contrast. You stay calm. You stay composed. You ask one simple question. Are you done? Then you let the room watch them. When you accuse someone, people question motives. When someone condemns themselves, there is no defense. If you already do this, you know the feeling. It is not rage. It is calm. You watch them destroy themselves like gravity doing its job. Method 6. Control the narrative. Reality is not what happened. Reality is what people believe happened. Disrespect is not only personal, it is social. If someone disrespects you publicly, they are trying to write a story. He can be pushed. He won't do anything. He is safe to disrespect. If you do nothing, that story spreads. But here is the trap. If you react emotionally, you help their story. Now you look unstable, defensive, weak. So you control narrative with 3 moves. First, calmness. Calmness signals strength. Second, a clean label. That was disrespect. Not acceptable. We're not doing that. Short, calm, done. Third, consistent action. You remove access. You stop rewarding. You keep showing excellence. People trust what they see more than what they hear. So you become the proof that their story is fake. If you already do this, you know what happens. The disrespectful person starts over-talking, over-explaining, over-performing. Because their narrative cannot survive your composure. Method 7. Indifference. Everything builds to this. Disrespect hurts because you care. Some part of you still needs their approval, their validation, their acceptance. Indifference is the ultimate power because it removes the reward. Most disrespect is attention-seeking. They want impact. They want to feel they can reach you. Indifference is when they cannot reach you. Not fake indifference, not pretending. Real indifference. You look at them like they are irrelevant. You respond like they are background noise. They throw a shot. You do not defend. You do not attack. You continue your life. That is when they feel powerless, because they just learned the worst thing possible. They do not matter enough to move you. This is the highest level. Because once you reach this, you do not need revenge. You do not need closure. You do not need them to understand. You are sovereign. Now let's lock it in. Quick recap. 1. The freeze. 2. Remove access. 3. Do not negotiate standards. 4. Elevation. 5. Let them hang themselves. 6. Control the narrative. 7. Indifference. And here is the truth underneath all of it. Respect is never given. It is enforced. If you felt this in your chest, comment one of these. This is me, I already do it. Or, starting today. Subscribe to Machiavelli Strategy Code.